welcome aboard to this episode of the We Are Reading One Piece podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to following the entire story of One Piece from beginning to end as we focus on each volume. We keep the discussion spoiler-free for new fans of the series, so this is the perfect place to follow along, whether you're new to the series or just want to revisit the world of One Piece with us. This week, we will be covering the second part of Volume 80, Opening Speech, which covers chapters 802 through 806. My name is Joel. I'll be your host. Joining me today, we have Evan.
Hey, Garchu.
And we have Cody.
What up? I don't know what that means.
Oh, you will. Yeah, just a little teaser for later on in the episode, I'm sure. Yeah, so we have finally wrapped up Dressrosa, and we are now moving on to the next arc. So as much as we love Dressrosa, it'll be exciting to go to new locales, switch things up a little bit, get something a little different. And this one is very different so far.
Yeah, it's only been, 100 chapters?
Of Dressrosa? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think they're like
that's what's like when we get New York.
Now it is fun to have something like fresh and exciting.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Cody, what were you saying?
I said it's wild to think about the fact that there are other places in the One Piece world that aren't just Dressrosa.
Yeah, so before we get there, just a little recap from where we left off in the volume. Subaru and Sengoku arrived to retrieve Doflamingo, while the rest of Dressrosa began to recover, now under the rule of King Riku. The Straw Hats and the former gladiators prepared to make their departure, while the Navy started making moves to capture the pirates. Before Luffy left Dressrosa, he took a detour to the palace to visit Rebecca, asking if she was really okay living away from her father. She admitted she wasn't, so Luffy offered to bring her to him. The two had a heartfelt exchange and hugged as they realized they both wanted to live together. Luffy attempted to fight Fujitora, but was dragged away by Hadruden. The citizens of Dressrosa arrived at the port, preventing Fujitora from taking action against Luffy without causing harm to the civilians, so he had no choice but to let him go. Luffy met the warriors from the Colosseum, who pledged their loyalty to Luffy, forming the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Before heading for Zou on the Barta Club ship, the Straw Hats received updated wanted posters, noting that it was odd that Sanji's poster stated his bounty could only be collected alive. So we left it in that weird spot, that little cliffhanger. Maybe we'll get answers, maybe we won't. But for now, let's move on to the first chapter of the episode. Chapter 802, Zou. Large chunks of hail rain down on the Mystery Luffy, quickly revealing how ill-prepared the Barta Club is for life at sea, as they don't even have a navigator. Borsellino receives a report that the new warlord, Edward Weevil, has managed to take out a 16th crew from Whitebeard's former pirates, though each time has resulted in a high number of casualties. Weevil is confused that all of Whitebeard's former crew said the same thing, that only the sons of Whitebeard were the men on his crew, but is the only true son of Whitebeard. His mother, Miss Buchan, reassures her son that is the truth before ordering him to gather the leftover treasure. As they plan to go after Marco the Phoenix next, they receive a newspaper from a news coup. They learn that Doflamingo was defeated by Luffy, who was protected by Marco during the war, and think Luffy may be able to lead them to their next target. After a week of sailing, the Mystery Luffy approaches a giant elephant in the water, which happens to be where Beppel's Fever card was pointing. Will explains that Zou is the home of the Minks, who have lived here for almost 1,000 years. Luffy exclaims that means this elephant has been alive for a millennium.
How cool.
Okay, so there's a lot to go over in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go sequentially from the beginning of the chapter and work our way through. Yeah, so we start out with the Barta Club not being very good at being pirates.
I love Bardo, but this ship is a mess.
Yeah, so what'd you guys think of this first sequence here?
I loved it. It's classic One Piece humor. Gambia calling the grandma, fucking hilarious. It's so good. Freezing the gum with the cloth. They're so stupid, and I love them.
Yeah, it's like, so they don't have a navigator, but it's like, oh, whenever they run into trouble, they call the grandma to see like if they can get some advice, and then like they get like advice about just like little things that they could do to like clean up a little bit, like clean up the gum off the deck, not like how to actually like navigate or protect themselves from the hail. It's like, oh, you can use that hail to like clean up the gum that you guys keep sticking on the ground. So very dumb.
It just
For
makes
sure.
sense that like the crew that worships Luffy wouldn't have a navigator too. That's just it's perfect.
Yeah, Luffy just happened to have a navigator because he looked upon one, not because he was actively
Yeah.
seeking one. Yeah, and then we get a little bit more context here for Bartolomeo because we know that he was this kind of like crime boss, and that's where his roots are. And like the rest of his crew is kind of like in the same boat, so they see him as like boss. They don't really call him captain; they call him like boss.
Mhm.
And they don't really have a lot of sea skills, so they aren't really that well prepared for life at sea. But they're making it work somehow. The fact they got to the New World is kind of crazy, but the reactions that they get kind of goes along with that. Like even Luffy's like freaking out, like, "Oh no, we're gonna die."
Yeah. That's when you know there's no hope. The most hopeful guy in the world is like, we're dead.
I do like Robin's reaction though. Like she's just like, "Oh, it's so lively." Like again, classic Robin. Like all the chaos going on, she's not really phased. She's like, "Oh, this is just like entertaining." Yeah. Yeah. Then we get the next scene at Navy HQ where we get a little bit more information about the other warlord when Porcelain gets this report. So yeah, we get introduced as the warlord Edward Weevil. What do you guys think of this guy?
Edward Weevil. Mustache contender. Let's go.
Mhm.
Must be
The
genetic.
hell of a stash. Yeah, it must be genetic. Right. No, I'm not buying it. I think this is a self-proclaimed son.
Okay, so you don't think it's
Mm.
legit
Nah.
son for Whitebeard?
Because
He's fucking
the
enjoying
the
his
grandmother says she's like, "You're his son," which makes me his lover or something like that. Which is like entirely backwards.
Yes.
You
I
don't
think
think she's
they're
just
just
trying to cash in on the name of
trying to
Whitebeard?
cash in for sure. Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really know what to make of this guy. So he doesn't really seem super bright. It just seems like he's kind of doing what his mom says to do.
Mhm.
And he doesn't really seem sure himself. The Whitebeard people that like he's been encountering, they've been kind of telling him like, no, we're Whitebeard's sons. Because we know how like Whitebeard treated his crew and like he treated them like his blood sons.
Mhm.
And this character seems conflicted because like, well, I thought I'm Whitebeard's son. That's what you told me, Mama. Like, what are they saying? And she's like, don't listen to those fools. Like, I know the truth. Listen to your mom. And then she's like, now get that treasure. So it's like we see like where her priorities are. So whether or not this is legitimate, it's kind of like it almost doesn't matter because it seems like her goals are just to cash in again on the name of Whitebeard, whether or not it's true. Like she's taking advantage of it, and the Navy's also taking advantage of it too. It's kind of like, well, it's working out for them, so we'll keep it going.
It's
I
interesting
do love
seeing the exploitation of the Whitebeard legacy here, though. You
Yeah,
know, it's kind of a callback to Whitebeard, who we haven't discussed in a minute.
Mhm.
and that Cody.
I was gonna say I do love like whether it's true or not, like how serious he is about protecting Whitebeard's legacy or about honoring
Mm.
it. I guess the fact that he wants to kill Blackbeard, the fact that he wants
For revenge,
revenge
yeah.
on the very Blackbeard who killed Dada. Um, like it's like damn, like it's okay. You want to do right by your dad. That's sweet. I'll take it. I'll take it. But then, like, seeing them talk about, like, everything, that's going on, like, their whole plan, and just seeing them walk away from this massive town that Weevil just destroyed.
Yep.
Mm.
Wild. Wild.
Yeah.
That attitude and that destruction. Wild. Yeah, I hope we get to see him, in some crazy fights down the line.
Yeah, interesting character design.
Yeah.
Like, what in the Frankenstein is going on with these scars?
Yeah, he's got like these stitches along like multiple parts of his body.
Yeah.
Also, this is probably a good time to mention. So in chapter 801, there was this one silhouette that came up that I was like, what is this? And then I realized after it's the back of Weevil's head because you can see like his like spiky hair and like his mustache, but he's looking away. So if you go back to 801 with all the warlords and the emperors and the supernovas,
Mhm.
Mm.
that's a
Yep.
character that I realized after. But if you haven't seen the character yet, so you wouldn't know who that is. But he actually did kind of show Weevil that at that point, which is only like a few
Right.
chapters ago. But
It's really well done because it also looks like it could be like a cape of buggies or something like that.
yeah. But it's like once you know what it is, it makes sense. But if you don't know what it is, like I have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
cool.
really good misdirect.
Yeah. So then the mystery Luffy starts to approach this giant elephant. That's where Law's beaver card that he has for Beppo is pointing. So they see this giant elephant in the middle of the ocean, and it's moving. So they've been following kind of a moving target, which has been interesting because they thought they were finding like a stationary island, but it's actually a giant elephant. And one thing to note, there's a little tag here as well, but Zo is the Japanese word for elephant. So it's almost like if you had known the word in Japanese, it would have been like, oh, elephant. That's interesting, but it's actually literally an elephant. So it was. So he's almost kind of like being like it's as obvious as it seems, you know.
Yeah,
We've had
cool
islands named after
though?
animals, so it's like
Yeah.
you hear about it's like, oh yeah, we're going to Elephant Island. That makes sense, but then you just see this shit. Wow. I like to distinctly
what do you guys think of
remember
the reveal?
Sorry, you go.
I was just asking what you guys think of the reveal.
Oh, I like distinctly remember like so I remember I mentioned I took a break from One Piece for a second in college during part of Dressrosa. I was back by the time we got to like the Rosinante flashback or when we got to the final fight with Doflamingo.
Okay.
So at this point I was back to reading weekly and I distinctly remember I was like it was my senior year of college. I was just stressed out of my mind, staying up till like 2 a.m. doing assignments. But like I was at the point where like at dinner before rehearsal every Thursday or Friday, I could just read the chapter. And we were going in there, just like still in my like daily grind, the go. And I just see this giant elephant and I'm just taken aback. And like the first time in weeks, I like just sat down and like took everything in. I was like, wow, only One Piece can just do something this ridiculous, but just make so much sense within its world. Like this is just like one of the most truly One Piece concepts that you can have only here.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is such a creative and fun idea. It's reminiscent of like the turtle, like the island on the turtle's back or the world on the turtle's back.
Yep.
Like the lion turtle and Avatar kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just so cool. And like you said, so One Piece.
Yeah, and the fact that
I do have questions though.
So has been alive for so long is also something that again for a series that has such like a history that is also steeped in mystery. This also is exciting as a concept just because there's something that exists in this world that is so old that was alive during the Void Century.
And before it.
Yeah. Well, before it too.
So I wonder what this elephant has seen.
No, I need answers, Oda.
This elephant needs to write a book. How do we think it's? Do we think it's walking on top of the water?
I think the legs are just very long.
Yeah.
It's like how long we talking? Is the ocean shallow here, or it's legs? Is that like giraffe legs?
How far do those legs go?
It's like the iceberg drawing. It's like you see the little elephant up top with just like crazy long legs that go all the way to the bottom of the ocean.
Or he took a page out of Tanjit's book and he's on stilts.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
That's why I can't skip the Foxy arc. And then another little tidbit that Law gives us is this is the home of the Minks. Evan, does the term mink ring a bell?
Should it?
It's one of those like little things that were mentioned before that without context, it means very little. So going back to Sabaody, there was a list of species that were being listed at the auction house. So like, you had like the mermaids, like fishmen. Minks were also listed on there. So Oda had planted that back then, but didn't actually introduce what minks were, explain what they were.
Very cool. Yeah, I probably just read it and immediately dismissed it.
Yeah, it's like, again, you didn't have any context for what it was, so it's like you probably wouldn't put that in your memory bank. It's like, I had no idea what that is.
Neat.
All right, do you guys have anything else for the chapter?
Now let's get on this elephant.
Well, first we got to climb it with chapter 803, Elephant Climbing. The mystery Luffy pulls up to one of the elephant's legs and sees the Thousand Sunny is safe, but no one is aboard. The Barter Club doesn't want to get in the way of the Straw Hats' legendary adventures, so they decide to part ways. Kanjuro conjures up a painting of an odd-looking dragon that they can ride up the elephant's leg, as it can't fly. As they start their ascent, Luffy waves goodbye to Bartolomeo and his crew. On Baltigo, home of the Revolutionary Army's HQ, Koala reports Dragon, who commends Koala for his successful operation as they are now learning just how far Doflamingo's weapon market reached. Koala says they discovered a special metal that was used in the weapons, which they should be able to trace back to a specific island to determine where the weapons were coming from. Dragon calls for all of the leaders of the Revolutionary Army to gather. Luffy gets a transponder snail call from Burgess on one of Blackbeard's ships. After his defeat by Sabo, Burgess sneaked aboard as a stowaway on one of the ships and realized he landed on the island where the Revolutionary Army HQ is. He calls for him to retrieve him, but figures Teach would be very interested to learn about this location. On Empty Bluff Island, Bucky has set up Buggy Town, where he runs his mercenary business, Buggy's Delivery. He is finding ways to abuse his power as a warlord, declaring any acts of piracy they commit are a legal act as a warlord. Buggy receives an unfortunate report that his most profitable mercenaries, Hadruden and his 4 giant allies, are quitting the business after allying with the Straw Hats. As Luffy's group continues their climb up the elephant's leg, Luffy asks Kinemon and Kanjuro why they were originally trying to get to Zou in the first place. Kinemon says they've earned their trust and agreed to tell them everything once they've been able to get somewhere safe, and once they've confirmed Momonosuke and their ninja ally Raizo are here. Suddenly, something begins to fall toward them from the sky. Also, another pretty packed chapter.
Yeah.
I just love these in-between parts so much. Just anytime we get to see the world and what everyone's up to, and there's always more to see every time with more arcs, with more characters, like, just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's so much more going on. Everything's moving together, and it's just machines turning. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I do like between the arcs, where like Oda does take extra time to develop other parts of the world. So that's where we usually see these kinds of things. And so we get a kind of little status update on these other major players are in the world that aren't the Straw Hats. But thankfully, when they get to Zou, they find the Sunny, so that confirms that they got away from Big Mom and got here. But there's nobody on the ship, so that also means that they probably got on the elephant somehow. That's what we hope.
That's what we hope.
Find out. Kanjuro makes our bestest boy, our favorite little dragon.
A wingless dragon.
Abomination that did not ask to be born.
They kill me.
And wants this to be relief of death. Oh, buddy.
Oh, man.
He's not here for it.
I do like, though, with the Barter Club, when they see the Thousand Sunny, they're like, oh, we're not worthy. And they're so excited to see the ship. And then they're like, we don't want to get in the way of your journey. We want you guys to go do legendary stuff so we can hear about it someday. And then they try to have this goodbye, and then nobody's paying attention to them. We got totally ignored, but that's but that's kind of cool. We got ignored by the Straw Hats.
Ignored me. That's so cool.
Yeah, but as Kanjuro's drawing the dragon, they're trying to figure out what it is. It's is it a worm? Is it a snake? Or maybe a lizard? So it's so bad that they can't even tell what he's trying to draw.
Slap some wings on that dragon. Save the trouble.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Yeah. We know he can draw things that fly.
Don't
he? He's drawing flying objects.
Yeah, the sparrow.
Yeah.
But then one of my favorite gags, probably ever, is Robin just reacting to this dragon and thinking to herself, "It's so cute." She's she has such a weird taste of what she finds cute, and then for some reason this dragon in particular she just can't stand how cute it is.
Yeah, I love how she's containing herself.
Yeah,
she's trying to keep a stoic face, but she's
right.
So cute.
I think he is cute. Do you guys not think he's cute?
I do think he's cute, but he is kind of I can see in the story of One Piece this being a very weird looking, because when you think dragon, you probably think something a little bit more majestic or fearsome, right. And then Kanjuro just kind of makes this thing that is kind of cute. So it's
with little arms,
Yeah. Yeah, so I love this little guy.
little tiny arms, great for climbing.
He's got a kind of little smile on his face, ready to go. Yeah, and then we get a quick little check-in with the Revolutionary Army in Baltigo. Dragon seems to be impressed by what happened in Dressrosa. It was kind of a major victory for them because they went there and they were able to retrieve some of their members who returned as toys who had been missing that nobody remembered. So the fact that they were able to retrieve them is great. They're able to also be a part of Doflamingo's weapons manufacturing, kind of like going down the drain, and now they can kind of use this to like keep working on their goals. So this is a big win for them.
Yeah, I found Dragon's interest in Robin interesting. Like he wasn't asking
Yeah.
about Luffy, he wasn't asking
Right.
about Claw. He was like, "Well, what about Robin?" And don't we know that like Dragon's kind of interested in Robin?
I think just in the fact that she had time with the revolutionaries, so it's kind of like she was there for like 2 years. So it's kind of like,
Yeah,
oh, like how's our good friend Robin doing? Like she was like part of the revolutionary group for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
Luffy's
She,
just like,
like, spent
whatever.
Oh, Luffy, yeah. I mean, I know.
And she like spent time with Koala specifically too, right? Like
Yeah.
didn't Koala kind of train Robin up a bit?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like when they
that's
had
great.
their little reunion in Dressrosa, it was kind of like, oh, well, hey, good to see you.
But they're not alone.
Yeah, yeah. So
This could be
Burgess
huge.
also made it. Yeah.
Yeah. One of
Wild.
the emperors having intel on the Revolutionary Army base is like pretty big.
Yeah, and Burgess seems pretty upset in particular that Sabo like beat him. So now he's got like a bone to pick with the Revolutionary Army. So he's not really a person you want to have find your hidden base.
Nope.
No.
But it's kind of cool to see Blackbeard's fleet has expanded. So he has multiple ships now. So like before he had, it looks like they have like kind of the same almost like basis where he had like the logs, but they're on the side of like of more of a proper ship. He's got multiple ships. So we see that Shiryu is the captain of the second ship. So Shiryu is kind of like, definitely worked his way up into the Blackbeard Pirates. And Lafitte is the fifth ship captain. So like they're now seeing Blackbeard as the Commodore. So he's kind of leading these the members of his crew have become the captains of their own ships as part of this big fleet. So it's kind of like they've expanded and like they're doing this work in the name of the Emperor. So they're kind of like big shots now.
Yeah, look at that fleet.
Yeah.
I like Blackbeard's. I don't like Blackbeard, but I do like his jolly.
It's
like
pretty cool.
Angry skulls look really cool.
Yeah.
It just has more depth than other Jolly Rogers because like they are kind of curving around in 3D.
Yeah.
That a lot.
Which I wonder if there's like a significance to having the 3 skulls as opposed to 1, because most of the Jolly Rogers we see are like 1 skull. So it's like interesting that Blackbeard's is so unique. Like I'm not sure what the intention is behind the design.
Oh, it's probably referencing like 12 different mythologies in some cryptic way.
Right.
And like we
Also
talked
wonder
about
if
the
it's, like-
theory, right?
Go ahead.
Is it? And I think we mentioned like, do we mention the theory of like what the 3 skulls could be for Blackbeard?
I don't think so.
Were we talking about like 3 different fruits or like 3 different devil fruits he's taken from people and like the skulls of the power system?
Yeah, like it could be that like, so because like back in Jaya when Luffy and Zoro and Nami first meet Blackbeard, Nami's like, oh God, what's with him? He's so weird. And Luffy and Zoro like, no, not him, them. And so there's a theory that like, oh, Blackbeard has 3 different personalities. You can even tell because like the way his teeth are drawn differently in some panels. There seems to be like a pattern that's like lining up kind of consistently. So it could be that like there could be 3 fruits, or there could be a 3rd fruit that's gonna happen, but it also could be nothing.
Yeah, I've heard that
he like
theory.
retains
be fucking
the
with us.
soul. Yeah, he could like retain something too, just outside of the power. Like it could be like he could retain something from the person he's taking these powers from potentially.
That's true too.
Yeah, I mean, with that that moment in Jaya, I think it was just them clocking that Blackbeard wasn't alone. I think it was just he had other members of his crew. I've seen people like reference that in support of that theory, but to me, I don't think that supports it in my opinion. But I have heard the theory that that's one of the reasons why he's been able to have more than one devil fruit. Again, this is a theory. This hasn't been confirmed, and to this date, we don't actually have this answer. Yeah, we don't know what's different about Blackbeard. The only thing that we've had really was like Marco saying he has like a weird body, which isn't really an explanation. I don't know if it's something to do specifically with the was it the dark fruit? Is that what he has?
Yeah.
So with the dark fruit, I don't know if there's some kind of like hidden thing where it's like that allows him the capacity to have another fruit. Maybe like it canceled out something about the devil fruits within himself. I don't know. We haven't really got an explanation. I think it's an interesting theory that people have said that like there is more than one personality for Blackbeard, or that there's like multiple Blackbeards. So like each body could have like its own fruit. Because like when we went into the curtain, we didn't know what he did. I personally think it was just him having like a tree or something. So like he was like he had something ready to take the tremor fruit when Whitebeard died. I think he just wanted to have like a plant near him so he could obtain the fruit, and he kind of covered the show like to prevent people from seeing what happened. Or maybe that was Oda's way of hiding that from the audience. I think that's really what happened behind the curtain. But again, we don't know for sure. And there's speculations, there's theories, and that's kind of all we have to go off of right now.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you think happened behind the curtain? You think he has like a device that?
No, just like a plant. Like he could have like a little tree or something that like to like basically be the nearest plant for the devil fruit to grow from. So when Whitebeard died, because we learned in Dressrosa how the devil fruits
right
be regenerated when the person dies. It grows from the nearest plant. And that's how like Caesar was like using that to bring back like Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think that's what Blackbeard did. Like he just had a gold plant that he brought like under the curtain, and he was able to use that to his advantage. So he was prepared for the fruit to become available.
Right, he has that knowledge.
But why he knew he could eat the second fruit, that's unclear. Then we do move on to Buggy, who we know has now been promoted to a warlord. So this is our first look at Buggy in the the post time skip world.
The genius jester.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so his hair's gotten pretty big.
Yeah. All of him has gotten pretty big. I think it's funny the illusion that he's kind of holding up with this like giant, I don't know what do you call it.
Yeah. I kind of didn't really think of that. But yeah, you're right. He probably just like separated his like his hands and his legs to make himself look bigger. He looks like a kite or something.
He does. Big and menacing though.
Yeah, they like set up this like little buggy town. They're kind of partying, and he's gained a bigger crew after the events of Marineford. And we can see here like Moji, Mr. 3, Alvita, Kabaji, Richie. Yeah, they're still here. So he's still got his classic crew, but they've expanded. So now they have this like kind of mercenary group that they have going on, kind of making other people do the work for them, and then kind of like capitalizing on it. And Buggy's kind of got this like thing going because he's kind of like using the powers of war to be like, I'm going to profit off of this. So typical Buggy, like there's no surprises there, right? Makes sense.
Luffy may have taken his giants, but business is booming. Also because of Luffy. Yeah, it's cool to see how they kind of are impacting each other. Sorry, what was that, Joel?
I was just saying, well, this might put a big dent in their profits with them losing the giants. Because that's like the biggest breadwinner, so.
If he doesn't even have to be around to fuck up Buggy's life.
Love it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like at first they didn't want to tell him like why.
I don't think you need to know. It's all good. I also really love that the town is the island is Empty Bluffs Island.
I didn't think of that, but that makes perfect sense.
Like literally exactly what he's doing with his kite form.
Yep. Or how he's like managed to fail upward.
Yes.
Yeah. Love that.
Seeing Buggy do well gives me so much joy. Because there's always something that's going to go wrong for him. And it's so great seeing everything get fucked up.
Again, this is a character that we saw in like volume 2. And this is where he's at now. This is like the first like
wild.
I think like Devil Fruit user that we saw that as like a villain. So he's kind of like one of the early big villains that we saw.
Yeah.
And he's still in the story.
So a special little boy.
Still relevant.
And then we also have Alvita, who's the first actual villain that Luffy fought. So
so good.
Yeah, and then we continue the climb up the elephant's leg. And like I feel bad because now the dragon's starting to like get a little tired, but they're like, it's like uh, like oh man, we're still kind of far from the top, and the dragon's trying his best. And Robin again is still thinking, oh, it's so
Drag.
cute.
Why'd you paint these tiny little arms?
Yeah. You couldn't give me like big powerful arms, like
You can't give me like big claws to like climb.
yeah, it's just like hilarious that like Chondro he has the freedom to draw anything he wanted. And then he created something that was not really super well suited for this task in particular. But he's trying his best with what he's got.
Mm-hmm. If only he was a better artist. Or had a better canvas too. Yeah, what counts as a canvas for him, I guess, is also a good question.
Right, because it doesn't seem to affect the surface. It just like comes out of the surface.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
Oh. I guess he wouldn't have been able to reach like far enough up on the elephant to draw something big enough. Yeah, this makes sense.
I mean, he should have just drawn a couple of little birds to take everyone up, but
it might have been more helpful.
We love the cute dragon though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like the text box, like the thing carrying Luffy's crew. The abomination.
So unfair. Life is so unfair for Ryunosuke.
Yeah, and then we also have this little moment. So Luffy asks, like, why Kinemon and Chondro wanted to go to Zell, because this is where they were trying to get to originally. And they kind of got like off track. So Kinemon indicates that there's something that he hasn't told them, but he's like, all right, well, yeah, we'll tell you. Like, I feel like you've earned our trust. Like after everything they've been through, so he's like, I think we can tell you guys what's going on. And then we get this little information here as well from Chondro. They're trying to meet their companion here, who's a ninja named Raizo. So
a ninja? You have a ninja?
Yeah.
Wait, a ninja?
Ninja? All the dudes fucking.
Yeah. That's exciting. At the very end of the chapter, there's something falling from the sky, and Luffy is very shocked.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
Okay. And on that note, do you guys have anything else for this chapter? You good to move on?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Okay. Moving on to chapter 804, Adventure in the Land Atop the Elephant's Back. A monkey is falling right toward them. Luffy tells him to dodge, but the memo doesn't reach the back of the dragon, as Chondro found this a good time to play a prank on Kinemon by covering his eyes. The two get knocked off by the monkey, falling off the dragon with the monkey as well. As they fall, Kinemon tells them to keep going and they'll catch up later. The dragon, which they have now named Ryunosuke, struggles to make the long climb, but the crew cheers him on. They reach the top and celebrate. However, Ryunosuke's task has been fulfilled and reverts back into a drawing on the ground. The crew mourns their brief time together, except for Zoro and Law. As they start to look around, they notice there isn't anyone here, and there are signs that the gate has been smashed down. Luffy climbs to the top of one of the towers and sees how big the land is on the elephant's back. As the others pass through the gate, they notice signs of destruction along the path. Luffy sees a town and runs off on his own. Suddenly, a rabbit person runs out and attacks Zoro. But a dog woman arrives riding on a crocodile boar named Warney and tells Carrot to stop and not to harm them. Law says that they are Minks. Usopp notices the dog woman is wearing Nami's clothes.
Oh my god, she ate Nami.
Joel, you just said so many words that feel like they
no.
shouldn't fit together.
Yeah.
But here we are, and they do.
Yeah, there's some things that will require some explanation in this chapter. So, first of all, I do want to explain there's a pun here in Japanese that kind of doesn't really translate, unfortunately. The monkey falling down is saying ete, 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 ete. And then Luffy says ete. And then Chondro says tete, 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 tete is the sound that Raizo makes when he runs. So in Japanese, ete is the sound that they have for monkeys. When like that's the sound that they make. So the monkey is making a monkey sound. So it's almost like if like he was going ooh 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 ooh, like that's what we would say for like monkeys. Yeah, like something like that, right? So it's almost like that. So the pun is Chondro thinks we're talking about the sounds that Raizo makes because tete 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 is kind of like the sound that like a ninja would make. That's what they use for that like onomatopoeia in Japanese. So this is a pun in Japanese. Conjuro thinks they're talking about ninja sounds, and like he gets distracted. So when he's like putting his hands over Kemon's eyes, he's doing a ninpo technique, kind of like playful thing. Is like, oh, here's my ninja technique. I'm gonna cover your eyes. Like, guess who? Like, it's a blindfold. So he's in the back of the dragon, so he doesn't realize what's going on. So everybody else sees the monkey falling in front of them, so they have more time to react. Since Conjuro's in the back, he's not really getting the memo, so he's a little distracted. He's doing this, and then he notices too late after he covers Kemon's eyes. That's where he goes, huh? Because now he notices something's falling towards them. So then that's why they get hit by the monkey, because they weren't really paying attention. They were like in the back. They couldn't really hear what was going on. So I think the sequence is a little confusing without that context, but it makes more sense once you have that, because otherwise it just feels like just random sequence of things that kind of don't really make sense. Like, wow, that's kind of dumb. Why is Conjuro doing this? But I think there's a little bit more context with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made that make a lot more sense to me. So thank you for that. Even when I read it the first time, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So this is helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, and this in particular, I remember Stephen Paul talking about it on the One Piece podcast. And he's the one that did the translation. So he was able to get the context for the sequence too. So that was something I was able to remember from listening to that discussion, because I remember there being like some kind of like wordplay here. But I feel like there wasn't really a good way to translate that into English, because again, like the monkey sound doesn't really translate to a ninja sound like for us, so they couldn't really find a way to really play into that.
Word.
Yeah, that's gotta be tough to try to like translate that. Like when it's something that just simply doesn't translate. It's like, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit like the like that Transformer joke that Frankie had like at the beginning of like Sabaody. It's like, you know, what they kept thinking, he kept thinking they were saying like Transformer, or Transform. Yeah, so it's kind of like there's like a few instances where the joke doesn't really translate as well without like the puns.
Right.
I think this is one of those cases.
But why is this tiny little monkey guy falling? And he's got a little hat and shoes. Looks like a little coat.
It's a very epic panel introducing this monkey with like the little lens flare. Like
I love the lens flare.
It's like, bam.
It feels important. Don't know why. Feels important just because of the atmosphere.
Agreed.
We also have more peak Robin humor.
Yes.
After the monkey knocks Kinemon and Conjuro off. They're all freaking out about it, wondering what the hell that was. And she says, I don't know. At first I thought it was a blood-drenched person stuck full of knives. But then it looked like a baby monkey. Perfection. We love her.
Yeah.
Queen.
I thought this was hilarious.
Insane. We haven't had one of those in a while.
I love Robin.
Yeah. It's like, that's where your mind went. That's what you thought you saw. And then it's like, it doesn't look anything like the baby monkey. It's like they're completely two different things. And yeah, it's just hilarious. That's where her mind went. Yeah. So then they debate whether or not they should go back down. But then they realize they can't do that to poor Ryunosuke, the dragon. That name means son of the dragon, because like Ryu is dragon. And so they realize they can't do that to the poor guy, because like he's barely struggling to keep up at this point. He's not going to be able to make that trip. So like we have to keep going. Otherwise, you know, he's not going to make it. And he's struggling, and I feel so bad for him. And then like Robin's like, she's thinking, oh, you can do it.
Just a whole half a page following this dragon's tenacity.
Yeah.
And just Usopp rooting for him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We didn't need to spend half a page on this, but we did, and I'm happy for it.
Yes, it was all worth it. It's like the little engine that could.
Yeah. And
then, you know, Ryunosuke looks so like proud that he was able to do it, and like he was able to help his friends. But then Robin has like this little tearfelt moment, which like he'll turn back into a drawing now, and he sinks into the ground, and everyone's like, "No, don't go!" And then, Ryunosuke,
no.
And then he becomes a drawing.
Yeah,
and then they all shout for Ryu. And then like the little moment with like him like in the sunset.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that got me. That was good.
10 out of 10. Perfection.
And then like the contrast, you have like Law and Zoro being like, "Wow, those guys are idiots." It's just a stupid drawing.
Law is like, what a joke.
I've never liked Law less than this moment. The one time I think he's a fucking idiot. The one time. Stupid.
Yeah. So then they move on and they start to explore the ground. Except for Robin. She has like Robin has like this little moment where she leaves flowers for Ryunosuke in the ground.
God, so funny.
Yeah, and then we get this first kind of look at Zoe, and it's like this giant kind of forest with like these cities and like these trees, and like a giant whale-shaped tree in the middle of the like the islands here.
Yeah, this is an incredibly cool reveal. What an interesting looking city.
Yeah.
There's like oddly geometric shapes in like the natural landscape.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
it almost feels kind of like ruins, like almost kind of taken over by jungle kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I think the whale tree looks so cool.
Yep.
Yeah, really cool design.
Yeah, I do. It does bring back memories of like Shendora from Skypiea.
A little bit.
Yeah.
In that ruin sense.
I can see that. Totally. Almost that like Aztecian ruin influence.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I also love like, I'm not sure if these are like actual like structures or what, like, but whatever's like carved in or imprinted on like these bigger structures too. I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like some people can go in or not. But yeah, the place is huge. And like becomes more evident the more I look at it, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the back of an elephant. Wild.
Wild. Yeah, it's cool. It's giving like hidden civilization vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
And because it's on an elephant, I'm guessing it doesn't have like a magnetic signal that they could walk onto with the log pose, which is why they had to use the beaver card. So because it's also moving, I would imagine it's really hard to find this unless you have something like a beaver card.
Right.
Yeah, I think Law mentioned that as they were like just approaching it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, they have Luffy just running off on his own, excited to explore this
classic. Classic.
Don't know what we expect.
That is like how every adventure starts in One Piece. Let's immediately get separated.
Specifically Luffy, who is like probably going to get into some kind of trouble. Zoro asking, do you see eyebrow?
Zoro still won't say Sanji, but he does say like good things about him now.
Yeah.
Like it's not negative comments, but he still refuses to say Sanji.
Well, it's a little bit more acknowledging he has some kind of competency, like or maybe like a minimum of competency.
I mean, it's not high praise or anything. It's just, less negative than he used to be.
But does he ever say it when Sanji's around?
No. That's the key.
That is very true.
And he could deny if anybody tries to repeat the words he said. Yeah, and then we get this concerning detail that these gates have been knocked down. And as they go along, they see it looks like there's a path of destruction. So it looks like something went down here.
Yeah, it's never good.
And it looks like maybe like some kind of like giant footprint or something.
We're getting like some hints though. Like there seems to be some sort of threat that's labeled him by Carrot.
Maybe they beat him.
Okay, so I think she's referring to Barriete, which is the name of the monkey.
Oh, maybe they.
Yeah, so what happened to Barriete? The Lesser Minks just falls through the gate, so maybe they beat him. So yeah, so his name is Barriete. So again, going with the pun of the monkey sound, he has ete in his name. Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
I was on the same page as Evan. I thought they were talking about whatever the footprint belonged to, whatever the threat was, something like that. But that makes much more sense.
But yeah, again, they don't introduce him as Barriete, so it's kind of like, yeah.
Well, we get our intro on some Minks.
Yeah. So we see these animal people.
Yeah.
They're the Minks.
I immediately love this bunny character.
Yeah. The electric powers are cool.
Yeah.
The midair jump, I think, was also a really neat thing.
Yeah, the spinning in air. So cool.
It's like a Sonic the Hedgehog move right here.
I just really like the paneling of that page too, when
Yeah.
she's confronting Zoro. I think that's really, really neat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so she floated upward while in midair.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so we learned that this rabbit person's named Carrot. You know, appropriate for a rabbit, I guess. And then this other talking dog woman. So she says not to harm the Straw Hats. More importantly, the whale forest has been infiltrated. So then Usopp's surprised to see the talking animal, but then Law's just like, they're Minks. So he's like explaining like, you know, these are the Mink people. And then Usopp is shocked to see that this dog person is wearing Nami's clothes.
Yeah. And she's riding what I would describe as like a crocodile warthog combo.
Sorry, what was that, Cody?
No, I just said it's, and then I just ran out of words. I have none.
Yeah.
For that thing, dude.
No,
animal.
I'm immediately digging the character design though for the Minks so far. Very cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And something gets introduced here is kind of their speech patterns. So when they use pronouns, so they add like this like Taya to it. So she says they Taya are not to be harmed. So just something to keep in mind that this is part of their speech pattern. So that's why they're saying these things. But yeah, it's just like a quirk of the Minks and part of how they speak. And they refer to the humans as lesser Minks. So they see them as like a different form of Mink. All right, but anything else on this one?
I'm good.
Okay, and before we get into the next chapter, we are going to start the next cover story. I just wanted to mention that we actually missed early in this volume. There was another Noah Skywalker art request.
Oh, no way.
I meant to bring it up last episode, but I forgot. But he's probably had like 4 or 5 like requests, just like I think from Just Rosa. So
wow.
So yeah, we just had another example of his. Okay. So moving on to limited cover series number 22, Decks of the World, 500 Million Man Arc, Volume 1. News Coups travel to the ends of the sea. The News Coups deliver the newspaper with the latest news around the world.
News Coups. Good word. I love this Kraken octopus creature just destroying a ship with a huge smile.
Yeah, I was just looking at it and I realized, is that
Surume? Yeah, from Fishman Island.
It could be.
I was wondering.
Looks like it.
That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I didn't actually notice until just now.
I mean, it is near, like Fishman Island is like pretty much near the Red Line, which is where, Marine headquarters near would be like just a good place to distribute things from. So
yeah,
I could see that
makes sense. Case. All right. Well, let's get to the chapter. Chapter 805, The Minks. The dog woman tells Carrot that they're intruders in the whale forest, and this might anger the Guardians. Usopp demands to know what happened to Nami and why this woman has her clothes. Carrot jumps up in the air and sees Luffy has made it to Corral City. The dog woman tells Carrot to get on and tells the others to follow her directions to the Rightflank forest to find their crew's corpse, which shocks the Straw Hats. The dog woman rushes to find Luffy and explains to Carrot that these are the Straw Hat pirates and they need to find the captain. As the Straws try to determine if the Minks ate their crew, Zoro reassures him that Sanji wouldn't have let that happen. Law explains Beppo is a Mink and he is from here, but left at a young age. He decides to continue to follow Beppo's fever card to see if they can learn what's going on from him. At the whale forest, Beppo, Jean Bart, Chachi, and Penguin try to stop the fight between Luffy and the Guardian Minks, Roddy the Bull, and Bibi the Gorilla. The dog Mink, Wanda, arrives with Carrot, and they brought items as peace offerings for the Guardians, calming them down. Wanda apologizes to the Guardians and explains Luffy did not mean any harm. The remaining Guardians in hiding, including Pedro, withdraw. Luffy tells the Heart Pirates he arrived here with Law. The other Straw Hats arrive at Corral City and notice more destruction and signs that it was evacuated in a hurry. Wanda explains to Luffy that 2 weeks ago, the Mokomo Dukedom was attacked by Jack. There is a rumble and the Minks begin to warn about the impending rain eruption. Wanda urges for Luffy to get on Warney and says she'll take him to his friends. Luffy asks about Sanji, but Wanda is silent. Yeah, so there's quite a few new characters being introduced here. So I'm trying to give the names when I can, so that way it's easier to keep track. quite a few names are being dropped here, but we do learn the name of the dog woman as Wanda, who seems to be trying to help them. So it seems like she has good intentions for them, but it seems like because the Strats are kind of going rogue, she's trying to like keep them in line, because there's like a certain way of doing things, and yeah, she's trying to make sure that they're being handled correctly. But fortunately, Luffy just kind of ran off and kind of caused a little bit of a little chaos here. Yeah. So, what did you guys think of this one?
I mean, this is a cool intro to like the Mink tribe, the Mink people.
Yeah.
It's like interesting because we've been introduced to awakened Zoan types, right? Like awakened people who have taken the Zoan devil fruit, but are like not trapped, but like evolved into their animal. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I mean, with the jailer beasts, we never had confirmation that they were human before. But
Okay.
they are considered to be awakened Zoan types. I think they've become like fully animal, but beyond that, we don't really know for sure. But here we have like Frankie asking, "Are they humans or animals?" I think the answer is both.
Yeah. It just seems to be like a animal humanoid species.
Yeah, and now we get the context that we've been introduced to Mink before through Beppo. So
Right.
yeah, so Beppo is one of these Minks, and he was from here originally, but he left at a young age. So he's not. It's like he's been living here for like his whole life. It's like he kind of left when he was little, but that's why he's talking there, because he's from the Minks tribe.
And we also get to see a little bit of combat here, and it looks like we're seeing more electricity or like electric infused attacks.
Yeah, from Carrot specifically. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we also see
And the
some
bowl,
shocks
right?
coming off of yeah. When Luffy and him headbutt, we see like these little electric shocks and the bzz sound effect too.
Okay, so that was with Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we know is not going to be very effective against Luffy.
Yeah, which they point out, right?
Which they point out. Oh yeah, Electro. Why doesn't the Electro work on him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like with Carrot, it looks like she has like a glove on.
Yeah.
And it's like unclear if that's part of how she's doing the electric power, because like she has like a smaller other hand. So yeah, we could tell that she's wearing a glove.
Yeah. I also love how Wanda and Carrot diffuse the situation by using their special attacks. Something wavy and bananas.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, because they're dealing with the bull and the
amazing.
gorilla. So
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Very silly.
So they think that they ate Nami because Wanda was wearing the clothes. So right now they're under the impression that Minks eat people. And Robin also says that. So she's kind of fear mongering a little bit, because you know how Robin tends to go for like the morbid direction of things. So
Hasn't been disproven yet.
and then Wanda's not helping when she says, "Oh, your crew's corpse will be over here." So then Robin then deducts that, "Oh, okay, well, if the bodies are still around, then they must be still intact. So they probably weren't eaten." So not thinking, "Oh no, our crew is probably dead."
Usopp playing offer is also really nice.
Yeah.
I think he just consistently has like my favorite relationships with crewmates, like him and Sanji, him and Nami, him and Robin in like these scenarios too. Like put anyone with Usopp and they shine.
And speaking of people shining, I love seeing Robin in her like archaeologist's like reading the environment, history buff kind of mode. We love that. Yeah, and who's Jack? What's up with Jack? That's the first time we're hearing that name, isn't it?
It's not actually.
Oh, it's not?
Is it?
Let me go back real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Joel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it connected to another emperor?
I'll let Joel say.
Okay. Yeah. So I did double check. Chapter 801.
You heard the name last week.
That's a new name for you.
But we heard it in relation to.
There was the scene where there was members from Kaido's crew who were watching the Navy vessels with Doflamingo, and we see somebody with a binocular or a telescope rather saying, "I guess that's still Flamingo for you. Oh boy, looks like we can't see his Joker. Shall we return, Captain Jack?" He says, "Why would we?
Right.
Huh?" He says, "Of course we're doing it, you idiot." Yeah, so we actually did get the name drop of Jack last week, and based on the Jolly Roger on the ship, it looks like he's from Kaido's crew.
Right. I remember now.
Yep.
Just connecting some of those dots.
Yep.
Zhao's kind of a zoo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was just a typo. It was supposed to be
Zo,
Zoo.
I think it's supposed to be zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do get the explanation that this destruction was caused by Jack. Like 2 weeks ago, Jack had come here and caused destruction here. So the people are kind of recovering from the Jack attack.
Nice.
Yeah. Very good.
But then, like, we see the Straw Hat crew looking around and saying it looks like the place was attacked by wild beasts or monsters because they find that giant footprint and you see like claw marks around. So it looks like some animal attacks. But I mean, there are minks here, so it's like, was it from minks or from something else? And we kind of get like the indication here that this was from Jack and his people.
Kaido's beast army.
Yep. So we know Kaido is the king of the beasts. So
Zoan type army.
yeah, but he was trying to build with like the smile fruits too. So see a little connection here. And then we also see another one of the quirks from the minks. So we see Wanda licking Luffy. So they
Or tasting. Appetizer.
Nice.
Yeah. So it just seems to kind of be like part of the animal instincts where it's like, dogs will like people. So Wanda's liking people. Yeah. So it's not like anything malicious. It's just like, this is just like how they are.
Yeah.
And then we also get an indication that there are other guardians here. Because Luffy kind of went rogue and he went somewhere he wasn't really supposed to. So the guardians of the forest are meant to protect this place from intruders. So Luffy was considered to be an intruder because he just kind of went in areas he wasn't supposed to go to. So the guardians jumped in. That's why they were attacking him earlier. But we see it was only 2 of the guardians that were actually handling Luffy, but there were others waiting. So we see one of them was Pedro, who's kind of covered in shot. He doesn't really say anything, but Juan's kind of like, "It's all right, Pedro. Like we got this." And then they retreat. So we can get the impression that they were probably surrounded, and Luffy didn't even know because like they were probably so stealthy that because they're probably like hunters,
Mm-hmm.
and they're strong. So yeah, Luffy was surrounded, not even like aware of it. And then this is like this goofy interaction with Beppo and Luffy.
Amazing. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. Like he can't put together that Trafalgar is
Traffy is a lot.
Oh, buddy.
Traffy, who's that guy? No, I work for Trafalgar Law, not Traffy.
Yeah.
We're the hard pirates. Did you not hear what I said?
Beppo and Luffy have a little too much in common here, I think. Speaking the same language.
And it was funny how on the bottom corner panel where Luffy says, "Yeah, Traffy's with us," and Beppo's like, Beppo, Shachi, and Penguin are like, "Wrong guy. Who is that? Aye aye!" And they all do like the Karate Kid kind of pose.
So silly.
Okay, you guys got anything else on this one?
The torture device cross in the town square looks really gnarly.
Yeah.
Like the X shape.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, with the blood stains on it. I'm not excited to see what happened there.
Yeah, it's all good.
I just think it's cool, like just how much mystery we're getting, like right at the outset of this arc. Like,
Yeah,
just we have so many more questions than new bits of information.
Yep.
Yeah, especially where when Luffy asks about Sanji, Wanda's kind of tight-lipped about it.
What's up with that?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's wrap up by moving into the next chapter. But first, we have Dex World 500 Million Man Arc, Volume 2, Windmill Village. The citizens of Windmill Village cheer for Luffy's increased notoriety.
I think I'm going to like this deck of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's sweet.
Yeah, we'll check in with also the Don's Bandits.
Dogra and Magra.
Uh-huh.
Makino's baby.
Mm-hmm. And we also see it looks like Dagara's wearing a Sabo hat.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little touch.
Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like Magra has like a straw hat on.
Yeah.
Fans.
Whoop slaps just there. Grumpy.
Yeah. Okay. Getting into the chapter 806 at Rightflank Fortress. As the rain eruption begins, Robin warns the others to get to higher ground when she sees the elephant's trunk raise and it shoots a massive amount of water into the air. Candymone, Kanjuro, and the monkey attempt to ride the drawn cat creature, Dekozamon, but are knocked down the elephant's leg again from the flood of water. Orny carries Luffy, Wanda, and Carrot through the now flooded forest. Wanda explains the elephant, Zunacia, washes itself twice a day with the rain eruptions, which the Minks use as a source for water after being filtered through their aqueducts, as well as fish for food. Nearby, Beppo tells Luffy he can't leave this part of the forest and tells him to relay to Law to come visit him when he gets here. Carrot explains to Luffy that Beppo answers to the boss of this forest, Cat Viper, as she playfully nibbles on his ear. Usopp spots this through a telescope and assumes Luffy is being eaten. Orny passes a set of crucifixes, which brings back painful memories for Wanda. Luffy asks about the person who attacked them. Wanda says his name is Jack, but there was a recent report of his death after he attacked the Navy vessels that were transporting Doflamingo. She said his ship was sunk after he took down 2 ships, though there was no confirmation of his death, so she suspects he is still alive. She tells Luffy they're almost at Rightflank Forest, where Zoro's group should be, but Law appears with them using his devil fruit powers. Usopp tells Wanda she better not eat their captain, but she explains there is a misunderstanding. They arrive at their destination. She announces the arrival of the Straw Hats and instructs for the welcoming bell to be rung. Chopper wakes up Nami from her nap on top of the giant sheep, telling her Luffy has made it here. The city of Minks cheer, greeting the Straw Hats with the term Garchu, and call for a feast. Nami and Chopper are happy to see Luffy. Nami gives Luffy a big hug, but apologizes to Luffy about Sanji.
What's up with that?
So once again, we're leaving on a cliffhanger.
I know.
About
Another Sanji. Another Sanji cliffhanger.
This whole time.
Ugh. Just when you thought the Straw Hats were going to be reunited, it turns out we're not.
There's something going on with Sanji.
Not
Evan,
good.
do you have any possible theories?
I don't know. I mean, from where we left last pod, we mentioned that Sanji's bounty was alive, so maybe he's been taken for bounty, or there was some sort of altercation with this Jack fellow. I don't know. It's hard to know. We don't get many hints, or at least I don't think we get many hints. But it doesn't look good. Nami is crying, and the Minks definitely were foreshadowing some heavy news. So this is not good.
Yeah, Wanda didn't really seem too eager to talk about it.
Yeah, it sounds like he's been taken. That's my guess.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, just curious if you had any thoughts. But going back to the beginning of the chapter, so we get to see the rain eruption happen, and this gives a little context for Zoe, and it's part of kind of like their way of life. So the elephant, who we get the name now of Zunacia, takes water from the ocean and sprays it across his back, and it lands over Zoe, and they use their system to filter the water so that way they can use it for drinking and stuff. It's like a source of water. They also eat the fish that come from the ocean, so they have food. So yeah, this is something that's just part of their daily life and part of their ecosystem.
Yeah, we get this great little diagram, classic Oda diagram, which answers my earlier question. Actually, it looks like this elephant just has incredibly long legs. But yeah, the washing itself, daily ritual is pretty great. So it happens around a living island.
Although, in that little picture, That's usually Robin's imagination. So it's like a little rainbow with like the elephant like looking happy.
This is true. This is true.
So cute. It's
You're
so
right. We might
cute.
just be getting Robin's best guess.
But I do think it's probably true though. I think Xanation probably just has long legs.
Cool.
It's a very cute style.
It is cute.
Yeah, so it's good news for the Minks, but then not so good news for Kinemo and Conjura, who are trying to climb up on the leg with a cat now this time. It's like, oh, they're good at climbing trees, so an elephant leg is probably close to a tree, right? But it's also made out of ink, so it gets like washed away when the water starts coming down. So yeah, they're having a rough time making their trip back up this leg here.
And he also gave that cat tiny hands, so he's not learning from his mistakes.
Yeah, you just can't draw hands.
He just can't draw hands.
Hands are hard.
Yeah, and then we see a carrot nibbling on Luffy's ear again, like a playful thing because she's a rabbit, so she's not like actually trying to eat him. But Usopp sees this through the telescope and kind of goes back to her earlier assumption. She's like, oh no, they eat people, so that she sees this and like that kind of he sees this and that kind of makes him like panic. Luffy's getting kind of sort of eaten. Yeah, so then they pass. So Luffy, Wanda, and Carrot pass these crucifixes, and it gets kind of quiet because like Luffy can kind of tell like something bad happened here, and Wanda looks like she's crying a little bit, and yeah, it looks like there's like some painful memories as she wipes her tears away. And Luffy makes this kind of goofy face, but so then he kind of like asks like, oh, so what was going on with this guy who attacked this place? And then Wanda kind of gives like the whole history, which we put together was Jack from Kaido's crew. It looks like Jack was demanding them to hand somebody over. So it's like, hand him over or your land will fall into ruin. And we see this character saying, I don't understand what you mean. I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, Jack's trying to find somebody. And that was kind of like his goal here. And like he was willing to like, attack them to get this information.
Torture them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's like not a lot of detail, but for what it shows us, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some blood-soaked panels there.
I like this moment where where Law moves them in and Usopp hides behind Zoro, and then he like uses Zoro as like a puppet to like threaten Wanda.
Yeah.
Incredibly silly. Usopp's really been really understanding the assignment this arc. It's a lot of I can't on this island, a lot of grandstanding, a lot of false bravado. Comedy gold.
Good stuff. Yeah, so then we kind of get this like little moment here where they start to approach the city, and Wanda says, "There's a false alarm. It's okay. It was just Luffy accidentally went to the whale forest, but now that they're here, we can ring the welcoming bell." So it's like they kind of have to be like acknowledged and introduced first before like they went into certain parts, and maybe there's certain parts of the forest that they're not supposed to be going into. So she kind of like smooth things over. It's like the strats are, I guess, and then we kind of get this like this little scene where everybody's excited for the strats and they're throwing like a little feast and stuff. And it's like really they're welcome here. So it's not like they were considered to be like outsiders. They were kind of expecting them. And we get the Garchus as a greeting of welcome.
Garchu.
And she says something in particular. She says, prepare the feast of welcome for our savior's friends.
Yeah, something went down.
So they see the strats that arrived here before as saviors.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a nice little moment where we see Nami and Chopper are reunited with the crew.
Chopper's dripped out.
A
little crown on.
Yeah.
This little city is so cool too. The design, these like pineapple shaped establishments, and
yeah,
it's kind of like ruined, thick jungle, kind of makeshift looking city.
There's like a pirate ship that's kind of like got like moss growing on it.
Yeah,
it's like a ship that's like lodged in this tree too.
Yeah,
and this big furry guy too. The giant sheep giant.
Yeah. Yeah, Nami's taking a big nap. Like a big cloud.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Crazy.
I feel like it's been one of those like more questions than answers kind of series of chapters here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sanji missing is very concerning. And also the absence of Caesar, right? Like, isn't Caesar supposed to be here?
Yep. Caesar, Brook, and Momo, too.
And Brook, and Momo.
Luffy's forgotten Caesar's name twice.
Yeah. He's not that concerned about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gas guy.
Yeah.
We don't need him.
Yeah, and so that's where we leave it. And we don't know what happened to Sanji or the others so far.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to this reunion, but not that easy.
Yep. Well,
All right.
Have to wait.
Yeah, so any final thoughts for these sets of chapters and Zoe so far?
I can tell Oda's having a lot of fun drawing a new location and exploring like a new world. Yep. He's really. I'm glad with as many questions as we're getting about what's going on. I'm glad he's giving us so much about this place so quick. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm so curious to see what's going on with Sanji because, like we said, I feel like they've been foreshadowing this for a little bit, so it feels very serious, or it feels big, which is not good. But I'm excited to see what is to come.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, it's been kind of cool. I feel like we're starting to see like a little bit of that power vacuum we were talking about with like the effects it's having on like Buggy and his outfit, and we're introduced to this Weevil character who's kind of like, pretending to carry on the legacy of Whitebeard, and like I think that's kind of an interesting foil to like how we've been talking about the inherited legacy and like inherited will, and Weevil seems to be this kind of like poser coming in. Yeah. And also like the cool like ancient history of this city on the back of a elephant is like very Robin coded. So I'm excited for her to kind of like go spelunking and find some cool shit. Yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, I think Zoe's off to a very interesting start, and it's been fun to get an environment that's been so unique in this world so far. And we've been introduced to a lot of mysteries. There's pieces of things that we don't have the full picture yet, so we're gonna have to fill in those blanks and figure out what's going on. But I do think these are a strong set of early chapters, and in particular, the Ryunosuke stuff is like amazing to me. Like I love like everything about the Ryunosuke exchanges, and like rereading like this is something I was like looking forward to, and this hits every time for me. So yeah, I love that. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how things play out as the arc progresses.
Yeah. And I feel like we're also tapped in on the revolutionaries now too, which is kind of cool. I feel like it's always been very tertiary, like background story, but like I have a feeling that plot point is going to be more and more prevalent, especially now with the Sabo tie-in. Like, very excited to see how that develops.
Yeah, so we have the Sabo character that we have a close tie to the revolutionaries, and then Dragon also says he wanted to gather the leaders. So it looks like he's trying to make some kind of big move. So that's something to also keep in mind. But then also the Blackbeard pirates might also throw a wrench in things. So we'll see how that plays out. All right. And then before we wrap up this episode, I did want to just give a shout out to one of our listeners who commented on episode 85 of the podcast on our We're Reading One Piece YouTube channel. So Anonymous Donkey actually went through and gave a detailed count of through and throughs and then some. So there are several, it's up to interpretation as to what was counted as a through and through, but it was very detailed, so we can kind of use our discretion. So we can actually go forward and use this as a reference for the through and through counter. So we can actually use an actual number going forward. So I'll go through and specifically try to throw out the ones that that I think meet the criteria with through and through, which I think is like some kind of like piercing. But I appreciate the amount of detail and the amount of time and effort that went into this. So thank you to Anonymous Donkey for providing that for us. I did share it with the group, so we have it as a reference too. So
yes,
I'm very excited to receive this comment. So.
How incredibly cool!
When I saw this,
yeah, kudos.
Yeah, and then also there are chapters in the little description, so it's very very detailed. It's an easy reference. So if anybody's interested in checking that out, you can check out episode 85 on YouTube channel. Just keep in mind there is a second comment that goes a little bit further than where we are right now. So there are future spoilers. So just keep that in mind. But it is marked on the comment, so it's clear before you start reading it. They did give very clear warnings before you read the comment, so it's to avoid spoilers, and I appreciate that they did that. So yeah, thank you very much for providing us with the through and through counter. All right, but on that note, that will conclude this week's episode of the We Are Reading One Piece podcast. You can find this episode wherever podcasts are found, at We're Reading One Piece podcast at buzzsprout.com, or on the YouTube channel at We're Reading One Piece. This is a spoiler-free channel to where we have recorded the podcast. If you're new to the series, you can visit the channel there. You can also find me and this podcast on my YouTube channel at Pirate King Codex for more One Piece content. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can reach us at werereadingonepiece@gmail.com. We do love to hear from listeners, so if you're enjoying the show, or if you have any suggestions on how we can make it better, let us know. Next episode, we'll be starting volume 81. Let's go see the Cat Viper. I've been Joel, and I've been joined by Evan.
Thanks for listening.
And Cody.
Pour one out for Ryunosuke.
He was a real one.
He's so cute.
He was. We love him. It's a boy.
All right. Well, be sure to bring along all the hopes and dreams, and we'll see you on the next episode.